Jano Hanabada, others Soyabi.
Let's take a look at the headlines first. Chief Minister inaugurates several projects for Tamenglong and Noni district. United Committee Manipur paid floral tribute to June 18 martyrs at Kekrupat. India reports 26,964 new COVID-19 cases, daily deaths rise to 383. And Trinamool Congress postpones all events as BJP-led government imposes prohibitory orders. Hello and good evening. Welcome to ELITETV English News. This is UTPALA. Before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government. Wear face masks when out in public, wash hands regularly and maintain a minimum distance of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now the news in detail. Chief Minister of Manipur, Nongthom Biren Singh, inaugurated several projects taken up in Tamenglong and Noni district in an event organized by Tamenglong District Administration at Tamenglong Natural Football Ground. The event was attended by Works Minister T.H. Biswajit, Tribal Affairs and Hill Minister Vungjagin Walte, Forest and Environment Minister Awangbo Nyumai. The inaugurated projects included drinking water projects, Gadai Hills, mini stadium, football ground, oxygen plant, transit quarters, 50-bedded hospitals, Eklavya Model Residential School. Speaking on the occasion, N. Biren said that the objectives of the BJP-led government included development and upliftment in the hilly regions of the state, assuring further developmental projects in the future too. Cultural programs was also a part of the program. Later, the Chief Minister himself played a friendly football match with the locals of Tamenglong at the Tamenglong Natural Football Ground.
Mission Sing Sakon Hanba, Hungang Sakon Hanba, Manipur, Prajapunam Sakon Hanba, Yamaro in a Singi, Arabarapa Zagas in the Prajas in the Wana Labor, Oxygen, Hangdabagi, Operation Theatre, later Bagi, Doctor, later Bagi, Pet, later Bagi, Adu Sanabung, later Bagi, Maduma, Sing Thanda, later Bagi, Maduma, and the fulfilled Downova last 4.5 years of government. Just we have done lots. Adugi people's reaction, people support. I really appreciate the people of Tamenglong and.
As observed every year in September month, where Manipuri people pay tribute to their ancestors, United Committee Manipur UCM paid floral tribute to June 18 martyrs at Kekrupat on Langban, Haitha Leitha. Different CSOs, student body and many people from different walks of life joined the tribute paying ceremony held at Kekrupat today. Speaking on the occasion, UCM President Joy Chandra Konthojam said UCM will face any threats to the territorial integrity of Manipur without having any community indifferences. He recalled the sacrifice made by June 18 martyrs for the protection of the territorial integrity of the state and added that the people of the state need to be reminded about their sacrifices.
Manipur gi laingak laina singgi oiba laingak ama thamgani haibu wakalun ase khudakta handokpiu aikoi nungsi chanana leiriba phurupsing ase kaidanaba aikoi punna apunba ama Manipur ama saganana honabada mating pangbiu haina appeal tawjari नत्रगा तंपाल की इंटीरियर एरिया से डेवलप तब यागदगे दो अखोई मधु थिदोपा खांदोप मथौ ताई हाबिदुसु मियाम द थमजगे अदुगा मतम लेबा खिबिकता मणिपुर द लेरिबा इसिल इनाउ खुदिम फुरुक खुदिम नुंगसी चानना अमत ओइना लेरगा अखोईगी इरमदम असिबु अमत ओइना ngammin.
Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQAC Thoubal College Thoubal today organized 1-week workshop on training and learning with Moodle, hands-on training for teachers at the college conference hall. Thoubal College Principal O Chauba Devi, IQAC Thoubal College Coordinator and Associate Professor Dr. K.H. Jogindra Singh, as well as an Indian Statistical Institute New Delhi Associate Dean and Mathematics Professor Shanta Laishram were the event's chief guest, president and guests of honor respectively. Login to Moodle, introduction of Moodle, layout and create new course basic were the topics discussed during the workshop. The 4 times elected Thoubal Assembly constituency candidate and Manipur government Sericulture, Labour and Employment, Social Welfare and Education Minister at the cabinet level, Letanthem Tomba, also known as E.O. Tomba, took his last breath at his Thoubal Kaithil residence, and his age was 88 years at the time of his death. L. Tomba, born on January 9, 1933, was Manipur government extension officer, and in 1984 he joined Janata Party and was elected as the MLA of Thoubal Assembly constituency. In 1995, he was elected as the MPP. In 2000, he was elected as MSCP. And in 2002, he was elected as cabinet minister in the federal party and held the post for 3 years. On his sudden demise, people under the jurisdiction of Thoubal Assembly constituency paid tributes to the deceased. District Administration Thoubal organized 1-day discussion on mental health, psychological support related to crime against women and role of one-stop center at DC Thoubal Complex Election Counting Hall. Thoubal Zilla Parishad Adakshir Hasina Begum as chief guest, Deputy Commissioner Thoubal Rangnamai Rang Peter as president, and SP Thoubal Jogesh Chandra Haubijam as guest of honor attended the event. State Mental Health Program State Nodal Officer Dr. Athokpam Ranita talked on the mental health, psychological support related to crime against women during the discussion event. Retired District and Session Judge Salam Imocha talked on the legal provision dealing with crime against women, while Rural Voluntary Services Wangbal Secretary Babita Sapam talked on the role of NGOs in women empowerment. The event was attended by many other women activists. Kongjom Tarpon observed at Kongjom Keba Hill Kongjom War Memorial Complex as part of the Kongjom Tarpon observed every year since 1994 by Kongjom War Memorial Trust KWMT. President Murangthim Hemanta, Trust Advisor, Secretary and many others paid fitting floral tributes at the Kongjom River to the departed who sacrificed their lives in saving their motherland during the Anglo-Manipur War in 1891. Speaking on the occasion, Kongjom War Memorial Trust President and former Minister Moirangthim Hemanta talked on the sacrifice of the brave patriots of Manipur during the war and the unity among themselves, thereby urging the younger generation to learn from the ancestors. He further said that offering Langban Tarpon to the forefathers as a mark of remembrance for their great deeds.
Building mamlay aduga masigi mafam masida illegal soiba adigi mayam laiba singsida koi adum paisa collection tabui tasembadi atop mapandagi Manipur wangmadagi Bharat ki wangmadagi lak pa mina masi yengja matamda masi tourist ki guide masibu guide pina karang mamta leiti mapu panda bagum lei adu Manipur sarkar da appeal tawjaringi masi mapu panba aduga complex sama weraga pai pu sing adugi thamamba makogi mathona maring sing ado mali masida takpa.
The day on which the formation of the state of Manipur on October 18, 1948, after the liberation from the British rule, will be remembered by observing it on October 18. Said Committee of Civil Societies Kanglai Park CCSK convener Jitendra Ningomba in a press meet held at CCSK office. He continued that as part of the 6th remembrance for the formation of the state under the Manipur State Constitution Act 1947, awareness program on the candidates to be voted for in the upcoming Manipur State Assembly election 2022 will be organized. He added that the experts as well as election candidates will be invited to talk on their ideology, thereby urging the people to support their initiative.
CSO oina leibunina public support jawdu gadi koi pangthuk mangdabunina masi tolum si pangthuk nanu honaba matamda koi wakal gi oiba pangal gi oiba adu puna muksi mayam people sing digi koi nijari maru oina huji mikhalda mihang bidamakta mute oina songtori bakang sing political parties sing so koi invite tawre haraga thamoi gi oiba adu wakal gi oiba pangal gi oiba mateng pangbiu koi CCSK gi koi leibidi committee siksina hajarabu matamda adu su ayaba PBU CL Tungi Origusu, Wakalgi Origusu, any suggestion could welcome to Jerry Hamsum, Kunisu, Neo work, and suggestion my mamma, Niva Laxigani, I will come to I'm Kodanaman Pumiam, the Kangan the Yada Banana, Kangan Jabi, I will home do Aduk in the Muxinjava press meeting.
Hill people are disappointed on not being able to go to hills for the Go to Hills scheme, said Communist Party of India Manipur State Council State Secretary L. Sotin Kumar during the occasion on liberation of Manipur by Jananeta Irawat and nationwide protests held at Lamlai Irawat Memorial Hall organized by CPI. CPI Northeast Council member Dr. M. Nara and leaders of 11 opposition parties took part in the occasion. Speaking on the occasion, Sotin Kumar said that Manipur would have existed as a big district if Jananeta Irawat had not fought bravely against the formation of the geographic region of northern India. He continued that the meaning of democracy could not be seen anymore in the BJP-led government.
Chigi Praja Miyangi Punchi the King Nebukadon Kibaka. Mafamaran Kangan Kayo Rubadagi, Hokibaso, Ishing Ali, Taraga, Taruki, Agaski Tari, Ohunda, Adum framework agreement signed to Nurbadagi, Malik Pidigi, Maja Hogan Manipursi, Kabi Abagi Sun, Simbakasi, Legasina, or Hinabukodari. Maramasitagi, Police Litaba, Program Yandaba, Adum told the Panga Gamba, Adum Belinga, a say, Masina they pass, the Sasson to Lay Bakati. Miyangi Punchi, Hena Hena, Kudung Kivana, Gani, Maramasina, a home, but all the Manipur Mugidamokta, upon Magisaki, Sagat Pangitanga for the Belay, Hibapom Javagalina, Mayampun Kurumjari.
On the other hand, CPI National Executive Member Dr. M. Nara said that Jananeta Irawat protested against the formation of a geographic region of northern India and continued that Manipur state would not have been formed if the brave patriot had not fought bravely for it.
Strengthen Mapangan Kalaba United Mukpe Tangai Pedavadu Nasigi Kundalori Siga Chana Namakas Taminasi Ukchel Kujen Tinana struggle for existence, struggle for dignity, for the progress of our society. Lady Samaj Sigi Kuman Jokshan Herbagi Adugum Balambida Chatpa Honabagi Damakta Nasisi Nahonga Koymayam Punchin Bagi Amasung Mang the Laiba Yegnabu Singi Laiba Lalo Masi Tenana Bohanabada Aikoi Nasi Nahonga Wasik.
India has reported 26,964 new COVID-19 cases and 383 deaths in the last 24 hours, pushing the total tally of cases to 3,35,31,498. This comes a day after the country reported 26,115 cases and 252 deaths. However, India's active caseload stood at 3,01,989, the lowest in 186 days. The COVID-19 death toll in the country reached 4,45,768. On the other hand, at least 3 cases of Delta Plus variant of COVID-19 have been reported for the first time in Mizoram, a health official said on Tuesday. State Nodal Officer and official spokesperson on COVID-19, Dr. Pachau Lalmal Sauma, said that the new variants of COVID-19 were found in 90.30% of COVID-19 samples sent from the state to the National Institute of Biomedical Genomics, NIBMG, in West Bengal for whole genome sequencing in August. He said a total of 350 COVID-19 infected samples were sent for whole genome sequencing to NIBMG in August. Of this, 3 samples had tested positive for Delta Plus, 213 for Delta variant, and 70 samples were identified with sublineage of Delta variant. Of the 3 cases of Delta Plus variant, 2 were reported from Champhai district and 1 from Kolosip district, he said, and added that samples were collected randomly from COVID-19 infected patients. It is fortunate that none of the patients infected with new variants of COVID-19 have died. All the 316 patients have fully recovered from the infections, he said. According to Pachau, Mizoram has so far reported 510 cases of COVID-19 new variant. The state reported the first 4 cases of Delta variant in April, 73 cases of Delta variant and 1 each of Alpha and Eta variants in July. 115 more cases of Delta variant of COVID-19 were reported in August. The Trinamool Congress TMC has postponed all of its events in Tripura after the BJP-led government in the state imposed prohibitory orders across the state. The development comes after the Tripura High Court rejected the TMC's plea to hold a mega rally in Agartala today, which was to be attended by senior party leader Abhishek Banerjee. However, Abhishek Banerjee will arrive in Tripura today to attend a Jogdan Kamasuchi joining program. The TMC, which is in power in West Bengal, claims sizable support in BJP-ruled Tripura. It's time for a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Rohan Film, cyclist and philanthropist na Cycling for Humanity campaign gi makada kunai asigi sotharaba kanglup singbu tengbang duna lakli. Reading e-ride na paikhat chariba One Household, One E-Scooter campaign asidasu hena mapungfa na ba mating pangminers.
Manipur gumba pikraba state asidadi ekoina chachok chashin tawriba jaga singsi khutna lamba pumba jaga da ngaktoba. Maram aduna mayam gi damakta leijare environmental friendly oiriba adongi perfect partner E-Scooter. One Household, One E-Scooter. High-level campaign asida mayam khudimagsu sarugyam disa.
For more queries, please visit our showroom at Sangay Pronintem Call, Moirang Patlaw or Tobal Atokpam. And do visit our website arambay2020.com or arambay20.
Welcome back. You're watching ELITETV English News. The Assam government has ordered an inquiry into the September 18 Kokrajhar encounter which led to the killing of 2 suspected United Liberation of Bodoland militants. Divisional Commissioner of Lower Assam Jayant Narlikar has been directed by the government to carry out the inquiry and ascertain the circumstances that led to the encounter. Jayant Narlikar has been directed to submit the report of his findings within 15 days. The killing of the 2 suspected United Liberation of Bodoland rebels in Kokrajhar on September 18 has sparked major protests in the Bodoland territorial region. A 12-hour ban was called by pressure groups in Bodoland territorial region on Monday in protest against the gunning down of the 2 suspected United Liberation of Bodoland cadres in the encounter. Meanwhile, BPF Chief Hagrama Mohilari has urged Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma to initiate a CBI inquiry into the incident. He also appealed the United Liberation of Bodoland to refrain from any violent activities for preventing any loss of life and public property. In an act of apparent revenge for the 2012 murder of Devendra Kula Vilahar Kuta Manipur leader Pasupati Pandyan, An unidentified gang beheaded a woman P. Nirmala Devi, 59, near Chettinayakapatti in Dindigul on Wednesday. The gang members placed the woman's head in front of the slain leader's house at Nanthavanipatti, a few kilometers away from the crime scene. Inspector General of Police, South Zone T.S. Anbu and other senior police officers rushed to the spot. The police said the woman was involved in the allocation of Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme work in the morning when the armed men attacked her with lethal weapons. Ms. Devi was the fifth accused in the murder of Pasupati Pandian, who was hacked to death in his house in Dindigul in January 2012. The woman was accused of helping the assailants by finding them a place to stay in the town. Even though a local court has been hearing the murder case, at least 5 persons have been murdered in this connection on various occasions across Tamil Nadu. Deputy Inspector General of Police Dindigul B. Vijaya Kumari and Superintendent of Police Dindigul V.R. Srinivasan inspected the scene of crime. The police have recovered a motorbike suspected to have been used for the murder. Special teams have also been formed to nab the absconding assailants. Police picketing has been deployed in vantage points as a precautionary measure. Thadikombu police are investigating the case. Business establishments remain closed in Jammu on Wednesday on the call of the Jammu Chamber of Commerce and Industries JCCI, which is protesting against the government's anti-traders measures and proposed opening of Reliance stores in Jammu. Most markets, shops, business establishments and malls were closed in Jammu in response to the Bandh call affecting normal life. A carcass of a gigantic 40 feet long whale washed ashore from the Arabian Sea on the remote Mardis beach in Maharashtra's Vasai on Tuesday. The carcass weighed over 30 tons, officials said. It started decomposing rapidly and letting off a strong suffocating stench in the entire vicinity. Forest officials rushed to the spot to ascertain the mammal species, but as the creature was already highly decomposed, they failed to do so. It was surmised that the gigantic marine creature may have died in August and was tossed to the beach during high tide. The unusual sight attracted lots of locals trooping there to click selfies or videos featuring the massive dead marine mammal. The Jammu and Kashmir government on Wednesday sacked 6 of its employees for allegedly having terror links and working as overground workers. Among those dismissed were 2 police constables, according to available reports. The government initiated the steps after a designated committee in the Union Territory mandated to scrutinize cases under Article 3112C of the Constitution recommended the removal of the 6 employees from government service over terror links. This provision gives the government the power to sack employees without an inquiry if the president or the governor, as the case may be, is satisfied that in the interest of the security of the state, it is not expedient to hold such inquiry. The order came days after the UT administration issued instructions on periodic character and antecedents verification of government employees. According to instructions issued by the General Administration Department of Jammu and Kashmir, every government employee is mandatorily required to maintain absolute integrity, honesty and allegiance to the Union of India and its constitution and not do anything that is unbecoming of a government servant. Last week, the Union Territory Administration also said government employees would not be issued a passport unless they got a vigilance clearance from their respective departments. In July this year, the government had dismissed 11 of its employees, including sons of Hizbul Mujahideen Chief Syed Salahuddin and 2 from the police department for allegedly working as overground workers for terrorist organizations, officials said on Saturday. Air India CMD Rajiv Bansal has been appointed as Secretary in the Ministry of Civil Aviation. Bansal will replace the current Aviation Secretary Pradeep Singh Kharola, who retires on 30th September. K. Rajaraman, Additional Secretary in the Department of Economic Affairs, has been appointed as Secretary, Department of Telecommunications. Rajaraman will take over the charge from Anshu Prakash, who is due to superannuate on September 30th. Last year in February, Bansal was appointed as the Chairman and Managing Director of Air India for a second time. His appointment came just days after the government announced 100% stake sale of the debt-ridden Air India. Prior to joining Air India as MD, Bansal was the additional secretary in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. He is a 1988 batch IAS officer of the Nagaland cadre. Bansal, who hails from Haryana, has served in the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, where he had looked after digital payments, Aadhaar and internet governance, among others. A 37-year-old woman and her 12-year-old son from Delhi drowned in Bias at Bhang village in Manali after they fell into the river while allegedly clicking selfies on a rock. Their bodies were retrieved from the river 4 kilometers downstream. According to reports, a hotel employee who saw the duo drowning tried to save them but failed and sustained injuries. It's time for another short break. See you right back.
Tamo. Kaino lo sandribo. As kharangana sase na harago.
Kaino sibo, kaisa pinai sibo.
Hima. Covid ki vaccine kap thok se na ngana du phazna haini dudi.
Ai haksang ka stok de. Ai ka po. Note, haksang ka stok do ingoni da ka pa kai ka de ai ka po haisine.
Tamo. Narak dringai dana isana hana sexual hona phatro. Kap thok puna phatabra ba.
Ho yare, section bana dum ka puro. Ai ka po.
As khangdre da. Kamai ngana du no khangdre. Phare, adu de ai chalu khige. Pungo, mamai da ka puge ko, papa ngale ramo.
COVID-19 लाइसेट असि ngakthoknabagi damak COVID ki vaccine kapna लाइसेट असि mari lenaba laina लाइसेट singdagi ngakthokjaba ngami masida natana लाइसेट asina sanghandanabagi damak matam matamgi sarkarna pirakpa sana kakmon sing aikhoi ngakna satminarasi Cowin apps ta register topiduna adomsu suksoi soiduna vaccine asi kapthokpiu COVID ki vaccine kapthokpuna COVID laitaba iramdam mo heminarasi
aikhoi vaccine kaplese aikhoi vaccine kaplese aikhoi vaccine kaplese hanigi punchi saukhat khongthang hanjilasi jati misati khai den corona lanjang thengnerase aikhoi vaccine kaplese corona dingamnerase punchi saukhat mai kaida
Asingmune, aikhoi pun vaccine kap thokuna corona de ngak thokuna hani ki punsibu hanjano hanabada adum sorok yabi.
Welcome back. Let's continue with the news updates. Two foreigners, a mother and her daughter, were arrested by Mumbai Airport Customs for smuggling at least 4.95 kilograms of heroin worth 25 crores into the country. This is one of the biggest seizures of drugs smuggled through the airport by individuals. Officials said typically passengers trying to smuggle drugs do not carry over 2 kilograms at a time. Customs officials at Mangaluru International Airport seized 293.620 grams of gold worth 13,88,823 rupees from a male passenger. Sharing pictures of the gold hidden between layers of a blanket, the Customs Department said it was seized from a Kerala resident who was returning from Dubai. A case has been filed in connection to the seizure of the 24-carat gold. The NIA has arrested an absconding charge-sheeted accused in the August 2020 Bengaluru riots case. Tabriz, a member of the Social Democratic Party of India, SDPI, was involved in the hatching conspiracy to attack DJ Hali police station and had instigated several others in WhatsApp groups. He was also involved in burning vehicles and damaging public and private properties, NIA stated. The Taliban, which now rules Afghanistan, has written to United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres submitting name of the envoy it nominated to represent the country at the UN. The letter stated that the Taliban's choice of UN ambassador was Suhail Shaheen, the movement's spokesperson based in Doha, Qatar. Taliban's nomination has set up a showdown with the envoy of Afghanistan's toppled government, Ghulam Isaaqzai, who has so far retained his post. The Taliban, which seized control of Afghanistan last month, said the envoy for the ousted government no longer represented the country. The letter was signed by Amir Khan Muttaqi, identified as the foreign minister of Taliban regime in Afghanistan. The letter further stated that Amir Khan Muttaqi wanted to speak at the General Assembly, which got underway on Tuesday and ends next Monday. According to a UN spokesperson, Taliban's request to participate in the debate is being considered by a credentials committee whose 9 members include the US, China, and Russia. But they are unlikely to meet before the end of the General Assembly session next Monday. Until then, under UN rules, Ghulam Isaaqzai will remain Afghanistan's ambassador to the global body. Amid tensions with China, US President Joe Biden told the UN General Assembly that America isn't seeking a new Cold War. The US is ready to work with any nation that steps up and pursues peaceful resolution to shared challenges, he added. The US will oppose attempts by stronger countries to dominate weaker ones, Biden further said. The United Kingdom has recognized the Covishield vaccine produced by the Serum Institute of India, SII. The recognition will become effective from 4 a.m. on October 4th. It was, however, told to The Hindu that the discussion on vaccination certificates is still on. The development came a day after External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met his British counterpart Liz Truss and urged the UK to resolve the quarantine rules that require Indian travellers to the UK to be quarantined for 10 days at home, irrespective of vaccination status. UK High Commission officials said they were in discussions over vaccination certification with the Government of India, indicating that a final decision on whether to include India in the list of recognized vaccine administrators has not yet been made. The vaccine will have to be administered 14 days before travelling to the UK. There is no evidence of Al-Qaeda or Islamic State ISIS militants being present in Afghanistan, Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid said on Tuesday. There would be no attacks on third countries from Afghanistan from militant movements, he added. Notably, Mujahid's statement comes a day after ISIS said that it was responsible for a series of bombings in Jalalabad city. Let's take a look at the headlines once again. CM inaugurates several projects for Tamenglong and Noni district. United Committee Manipur paid floral tribute to June 18 martyrs at Kekrupat. India reports 26,964 new COVID-19 cases. Daily deaths rise to 383. And Trinamool Congress postpones all events as BJP-led government imposes prohibitory orders. That's all for today. Thank you for watching ELITETV English News. Stay safe and have a great evening.